morning and welcome. It is counting day. In exactly an hour from now, counting for Gujarat and Himachal will begin. Of course, these are not just state elections, Vasu, as we keep saying. They do have big national implications. The BJP is looking to break records in Gujarat. Will they do that today? Himachal could be a little interesting. The exit polls showing a closer fight there. And of course, the AAP is hoping to make some kind of dent, at least in Gujarat.
That's right. And remember, after last night, after what finally emerged from those Delhi MCD polls, it does appear that the exit polls also might have a twist in the tail, because they suggested a much bigger sweep for the Aam Aadmi Party than finally what emerged. Will that again be repeated? We'll wait and see. But as you said, these polls may seem smaller in terms of the size, the states, but they punch above their weight, because Gujarat, of course, is a prestige battle, a prestige state for the Prime Minister and the Home Minister. We also, of course, have with us our resident Gujarati, Dorab Sapariwala is here with us. Dorab bhai, કેમ છો?
બહુ સારું છે. જોઈએ હવે શું થાય છે.
અરે क्या बात है.
We'll see what happens.
We'll see what happens. Sagarika Ghosh, of course, is also here with us. Author, analyst, commentator. So great to have all of you. Dorab, so just, and also Ankit is going to be joining us from Gandhinagar. He's also there on the ground, and we'll come to him in just a second. Ankit, you're already looking quite bright and colorful at this hour of the morning. So, is that...
Well, Vasu, you can say that I'm wearing my exit poll right now with the colors that I have chosen for the day. That's what Gujarat looks like, at least. I don't know about the margins, but...
It's a political like, kurta.
Yeah.
Okay. We'll come to you in a sec.
No, it just... Sure.
Okay. No, but so Dorab, just coming to this business of the exit polls.
Yeah.
So as you know that, I think there were 6-7 of them.
Yes.
And the average poll of exit polls for Delhi was actually projecting something like 150 up and about 80 BJP.
Was the average and 85
so it's
lower
much lower than that. Yeah.
So
it finally turned out to be 100.
About 15 out. 20 seats out, each one.
Yeah.
BJP doing 104 instead of 85, so 19 more.
Yeah.
And AAP was 152 and they got 100.
Yeah, so there's 20 seats.
Now everybody's down. AAP's down, BJP is up.
So I guess that's the question, right? So what does that mean in terms of now the others? Because because again, the average of poll of polls for Gujarat, again, overwhelming majority was
132. But you know, in Gujarat, like in Delhi, no poll suggested BJP victory. Similarly, in Gujarat, no poll suggests anything but a BJP victory.
The question is by how much?
And I think what people really want to know is who's winning. I mean, okay, the seats are all for the psephologists, but finally you want to know who's winning. And one would like to know whether it's a tight win, a close win, or a decisive win. And thanks to the three-party system in Gujarat, BJP is, I read one of the cases that it will break a record. It will break a record because of the three-party system. In a three-party system with a low vote, you can break a record, so I wouldn't be surprised if the BJP's votes do not go up, but the seats go up. The reverse of what happened to Aam Aadmi Party.
In Delhi.
Actually, if you looked at the exit poll, the vote share, average vote share, is actually showing that the BJP's vote share has dropped, but they've added 20-30 more seats.
Yes, because you know, I think Benjamin Franklin said that 200 years ago, if you don't hang together, most assuredly you'll hang separately.
So, in fact, let's take a look. Just a reminder, because we do have an hour to kill till counting. So, let's take a look at the exit polls. What the big message actually was from that Gujarat poll. And if you look at that, first, of course, Vasu, is, as you said, possibly a record win for the BJP. Is that what is going to happen? That is precisely the prestige battle that the BJP is fighting. They're looking at breaking that all-time record of, what was it, 145 seats?
127.
No, well, their own, but the all-time
you're talking
record,
of the Madha Solanki record.
That was
149.
149 seats back in 1985. So I think that's what they're looking at. But the interesting thing to watch out for, Sagarika Ghosh, would be how the AAP does in Gujarat. There's been a lot of hype. They've certainly had a very feisty campaign. They're audacious, if nothing else. But we had experts last night saying a 20% vote share would be considered a success for them in Gujarat, which may not necessarily translate into a large number of seats. Would you agree?
I completely agree with that, Nidhi. You know, I think what Arvind Kejriwal is trying to do in Gujarat this time is build a bridgehead. You know, he can't realistically afford to ask for a victory. Not in a state like Gujarat, where the BJP is a dominant party. You know, it's as dominant as the left front in Bengal. It is the preeminent juggernaut. So to take on the BJP as a newbie and as a debutant is asking for the impossible. So I think what he's trying to do is focus on South Gujarat and Saurashtra as his as a potential Malwa, you know, as he did in Punjab, and use those areas as a growth engine to establish a bridgehead. So as you rightly say,
right,
a 20% vote share, even if it doesn't mean seats, is a very good result for the AAP. It's a very good result for security deposit and he also becomes a national party, you know.
Yeah. So let's just go across actually to Ankit, as I said, who's joining us from Gujarat, from Gandhinagar. Maha is also with us at Delhi BJP headquarters. Vedant is with us from Himachal BJP headquarters. So we've got a BJP triple bill there. But Ankit, just to start with you, so BJP, I mean, accepting this as a done deal. Interestingly enough, when I met Himanta Biswa Sarma, Assam Chief Minister, who was campaigning in Gujarat, when I asked him, are you going back to Gujarat to campaign? He said, nahi, main sirf shapat ke liye jaunga. I'll just go for the swearing in. So already the BJP appeared to have set a calendar for swearing in, Ankit.
Well, that's the confidence that the Bharatiya Janata Party has this time. And as Dorab was also saying, I mean, it is largely to do with the kind of split in the vote share that they are expecting. You know, even with, like you were discussing early in the morning about the exit polls not coming absolutely true for Delhi, you know, even if it is a 3 to 4% margin of error that usually exit poll has, BJP still, with all the exit polls, are still predicting a huge, vote percentage for the BJP, about 48.5%, the poll of polls vote percentage. So that is the reason why BJP is quite comfortable as far as, Gujarat is concerned. Throughout the day, yesterday there were senior leaders. We tried to speak to them. Most of them are not coming to Kamalam, the BJP headquarters, before 11 o'clock, when the leads will start to materialize after the EVMs open. So, and most of the big leaders who are contesting are in their constituencies. They are not coming as far as the BJP headquarters is concerned. What we have been told that around 4 o'clock will be a big press conference here, and earlier there could be a press conference in Delhi as well, as the numbers will start, coming and consolidating for the Bharatiya Janata Party. That's the kind of confidence that they have. Though I must say, throughout the Gujarat travels that we have had, it's not that there is no anti-incumbency. It's not that people are not asking for a change of vote, but the split between the Aam Aadmi Party, how much of the opposition vote splits, and B, the high decibel campaign led by Prime Minister himself. That's the trump card that the BJP, of course, has in Gujarat, specifically in the urban areas. All these factors do make BJP extremely confident of a big victory this time.
Vedant, coming to you there in Himachal, actually we've been discussing that this, perhaps the X factor today is Himachal, where exit polls have predicted a much closer contest. But the BJP, where you're at their party office, they faced a lot of issues this time, huge rebellion, again another prestige state. Mr. Nadda, the BJP president, is from Himachal Pradesh. What's happening where you are at the moment? Is it completely dead at this time of the morning in the cold?
Well, absolutely, Nidhi. It's a wintry Himachal morning, and I come to you from the BJP headquarters. So, it's pretty quiet at the moment. But what really stands out is this poster here, which says, Modi Jairam ki Sarkar. So, of course, that is something that the BJP has really been emphasizing on, the plank of the double-engine Sarkar. That's something that the BJP has been stressing on in Himachal. But let me tell you another important thing, Nidhi. As per BJP sources, the top brass of the BJP has told incumbent Chief Minister Jairam Thakur to be stationed in Shimla. He is here in Shimla at his residence, and to keep a close watch on the BJP flock. Now that is something that both the BJP as well as the Congress are doing. The BJP, of course, keeping a close watch on its flock. Chief Minister Jairam Thakur is here in Shimla. And remember, the Congress yesterday, in fact, had alleged that the BJP has already apparently, allegedly, started to reach out to Congress rebels and, Congress candidates who appear to be strong in their constituencies. Now, that is an allegation from the Congress. The BJP is, of course, not said anything. Incumbent Chief Minister Jairam Thakur is expected to address the press at around 10, this morning. The Congress also, keeping a close watch, on its flock amid fears of perhaps a hung assembly or a fractured victory. We are being told that Priyanka Gandhi is also camping on the outskirts of Shimla, and senior Congress leaders like Bhupesh Baghel will also be asked to station himself in Chandigarh, not in Shimla but close to close to Shimla, close to Himachal, in case of a fractured victory. So we are already seeing some impact of those exit polls on the ground, and in fact BJP sources have confirmed to us that top brass national functionaries of the BJP have specifically asked Jairam Thakur to be in Shimla. In fact, yesterday we saw Jairam Thakur took a bit of a day off, went to the Mall Road here, interacted with people. So the impact of the exit polls is already being seen on the ground. In fact, we'll try to speak to Jairam Thakur in a while and get a sense of what their plan B, so to speak, actually is. Nidhi.
Right. The good thing, Gaurav, is that in Himachal there's no shortage of resorts.
Yes, that's right.
You don't have to go very far.
Far.
Just drive down the road. But BJP headquarters, because we saw what happened, even on the day of the voting, the last day of the voting, phase 2 in Gujarat, even as that was going on, the Prime Minister had already come to the BJP headquarters and he was holding a strategy session to plan for the 2024 Lok Sabha elections or the coming assembly elections. So that's the kind of BJP non-stop machine. Is there some sense they've given you of what their drill is like for today?
Well, usually, right, Vishnu. So the usual drill that the BJP follows in their party headquarters, and of course at the moment it's too early. So gates, sorry, Vasu. At the moment, of course, the gates are closed because it's too early in the morning. But this entire stretch, because it's just outside of the BJP headquarters, is already decorated with BJP flags. As far as the BJP's preparations for today are concerned, of course, Parliament session is on. Most of the leaders will be there in the morning. But what we've seen earlier this year, when the 5 other states had gone for the polls and BJP had registered a huge victory in 4 of the states, it is in this party headquarters that the Prime Minister and JP Nadda, the man there on the poster there, Prime Minister Modi and JP Nadda, both of them had come to the party headquarters. And there was a big celebration that was undertaken, largely the celebrations to send out a message to the party workers that their hard work has paid off and this is the manner in which they need to continue. And that is the point, Vasu, that the Prime Minister tried to make even when he was holding that strategy session that you were talking about. That strategy session on the second phase of polling day was not just for the assembly elections that are to take place next year, but for 2024. Again, to enthuse the party workers, get them into action. And that is why the opposition largely alleges that BJP is an election machinery. Where do they work? They are always going from one election campaign to the other. But that is the USP really that the Prime Minister and the BJP has worked upon, that they not just hold big celebrations, but they also hold strategy meetings. In that big celebration in March, Nidhi, what we had seen was the Prime Minister came into this party headquarters and this entire area was full of party workers, and that's what probably we'll expect today. If the BJP
something of a tradition, a parliamentary board meeting, the Prime Minister, addressing party workers. So I think we can expect
a mega
things.
Rally.
Yeah, it's like
Mini
a big
rally.
sort of a victory rally. Just a quick update we've got from Arvind, which is that just reconfirming that postal ballots will start at 8 a.m. and the EVMs from 8:30. So that's been confirmed by the Election Commission. So that's how it's going to be. So I think things will pick up.
Yeah, so the early leads that come, mostly postal ballots,
absolutely,
we need to take with a pinch of salt, is it?
States like Haryana, where there is a large amount of forces, it's mainly the military and some civil servants, the postal ballot. So and Gujarat, of course, there aren't that many military people, though they are in Saurashtra there are. It's a very strong military area.
I thought your people were the martial race.
The Saurashtra people of Gujarat, Saurashtra is part of Gujarat. Saurashtra is a very martial race.
You know, Vasu, just on the Nidhi as well, you know what your reporter was saying about the BJP machine. That's so true because, you know, when you think about the BJP in Gujarat, you think about ideology and Hindutva, but actually it's not so much ideology, it's just the machine, because this time they've given tickets to 7 former Congress defectors who've come over to the BJP. It's whoever is winnable. You know, winnability and business clout, just give the ticket. So you can accommodate Congress defectors in the cabinet, you can accommodate Congress defectors
they've
in the...
dropped almost 4 to 5 of their own ministers, including the former chief Vijay Rupani.
Vijay Rupani and Nitin Patel have not even been given tickets.
But you know, they've got
40%, I think, of their sitting MLAs were dropped this time.
Yeah,
but I think that's good.
44 sitting MLAs dropped.
You're allowing newer guys to have a chance, which means if I'm a Karyakarta, otherwise, you know, if I were another party, I'd be, you know, polishing shoes all my life. Here, Karyakartas are also getting a chance.
Also, the interesting thing is you can attack people, you know, who you attacked as scam-tainted, corrupt, but when they come over to you, you give them the ticket. So it's pure winnable
basically,
machinery.
you're saying Gujaratis have a very hard-working ethos.
Yes.
That is the problem.
Absolutely. Yes, absolutely right. I mean, we are willing to work for anybody at any time.
Purely transactional.
Yes. But
Dhando.
We also have Dilip Singh Kshatriya, senior journalist of the New Indian Express, joining us from Ahmedabad this morning. Dilip ji, nice to have you on. Thank you for being with us this early. All right, so what is your prediction? I mean, it looks like it's going to be a BJP win, but will they break
What's the
records?
number? Yeah.
Two, three things I just want to clarify. First thing is, AAP is not going to make his political debut. They already fought in 2017 on 29 seats, and all their candidates lost their deposits. So they are not going to make their debut this time. They are already fought, and even Kejriwal and their whole machinery was campaigned in Gujarat in 2017 also. So it's not their political debut. If they are,
sorry, when you're saying, Dilip, when you say not making political debut, you mean that they're not going to win a single seat? Is that what you're saying?
They are not going to win a single seat is I think a major statement, but they are going to share major vote share of opposition. And the second thing what I make to clarify that 20% the 20% that showing in the exit poll that AAP is getting 20% and specifically from Congress. But if you look AAP marketing or if AAP campaign, they campaign throughout the urban areas, and urban areas specifically belong to BJP. If they are going to hurt Congress in rural, then they are also going to hurt BJP in urban also. So my point is that if AAP is getting 20% vote share, so they might hurt BJP also in urban areas. They might cut vote share of BJP in urban areas also.
But I couldn't fully understand what you were saying.
I think what he was
that
saying,
if you're saying that
AAP had a certain number of candidates they put up in 2017 who all lost their security deposit. So it wasn't, I mean, it wasn't a high voltage campaign in the way that it is now in 2017. But this is, of course, the stakes are much higher. Punjab has happened.
Take a place like Surat, where it was BJP and Congress. In the last municipal elections, there were 127 seats.
AAP won
27 seats. Now the question is, when you win that, you know, there is, I mean, I don't know how many seats they'll win, but my question is that I think they are a force and they will help to split the votes. But you know what's also interesting is, and in some parts of South
in
Gujarat.
the last assembly election, the Congress actually put up a decent fight. I mean, the BJP was restricted to 99, the Congress was at 77. I was there at the party headquarters when the results were coming in. So many seats were close contests. The margins were very small. And look at what has happened now, where, you know, the Congress is just suddenly
abdicated.
Dilip ji, what, you know, what's the mood on the ground in terms of, you know, what's happened to the Congress? I mean, the invisible campaign that the Prime Minister talked about was, it seemed to be totally invisible.
Yeah, it's totally invisible for even Congress candidate also. I have talked with more than 10 to 20 Congress candidates. They even say that even we don't know how a silent campaign Congress is doing with us also. So,
right. So it's that invisible.
Kind of
in fact, let's actually look at what's happening in Himachal, though, because there the Congress at least feels they have a chance.
Yeah.
Saurabh Shukla, our colleague, is there. He's been tracking this story, and he's apparently standing there in 45-degree heat. Saurabh, is that
heat?
What's the what's the temperature?
Absolutely. 50 degrees. 50 degrees. 50 degrees. Temperature is
50 degrees.
Temperature is 2 degrees Celsius.
2 degrees.
2 degrees Celsius here at Vasu. Right now I'm standing. 2 degrees. Yes, indeed, I'm freezing right now. And that is why no leader is out. They all are saying we'll come out after 9. We will see the trend. Then we'll come out of our houses. But I'll show you the picture. I'm right outside Congress office of Shimla. So it's closed. But there is a new cutout which says aa rahi hai Congress. Congress is coming. And very interestingly, Vasu, Congress is already preparing itself for Plan B. They have yesterday appointed Bhupesh Baghel and ex-CM of Haryana, Bhupender Singh Hooda, observer of this assembly election. And they are ready. They are watching the situation closely. If in case there is Operation Lotus here in Himachal Pradesh, then MLAs of Congress will be taken to Raipur. So they are not in Shimla, but they are monitoring the situation from Delhi and Chandigarh. Rajiv Shukla is also monitoring. But we will come to know after 10. As we all know, in exit polls, fight is neck to neck. Aam Aadmi Party is insignificant. They did not campaign. In fact, Arvind Kejriwal had come for just one rally. But it's a prestige battle for JP Nadda. Vasu have covered their BJP's campaign very closely. JP Nadda held more than 50 rallies, door-to-door campaign, and he distributed pamphlets. He has gone to houses of people and saying that now Raj nahi, Rivaj badaliye. So don't let's change the tradition.
So Saurabh, just give us a sec. We're just getting live feed of Hardik Patel, now BJP leader, speaking in Gujarat. Let's just listen in.
आम आदमी पार्टी की बात करें, जिस तरह से यहाँ के उस्तादिन जो यहाँ के मुख्यमंत्री के दावेदार हैं वो लगातार कह रहे हैं एग्जिट पोल गलत बताए जा रहे हैं, हमारी सरकार बनेगी, हालांकि अभी नए नया पार्टी लगे, उनके बयान को आप किस तरह से देखें?
जब परिणाम आएगा तो सब कुछ तय हो जाएगा. जब परिणाम आएगा तो दूध का दूध और पानी का पानी हो जाएगा.
कितनी उम्मीदें कर रहे हैं आप यहाँ से? आज गुजरात में कितनी सीट आएगी बीजेपी की?
135 से 45.
सरकार पर फिर बनती नजर आ रही है?
सरकार तो बनने वाली, आपको कोई शक है?
किस तरह का जल्लोष रहेगा अगर सरकार बन के? तो
देखिए, मैंने तो व्यक्तिगत रूप से ये कहा है कि हम सरगस नहीं निकालेंगे, क्योंकि सरगस के बहाने हम लोगों को रोड पे परेशान नहीं करना चाहते. तो मेरे व्यक्तिगत तो मेरा ये फैसला है.
8 बजे के बाद काउंटिंग शुरू होगा, कहीं ना कहीं उम्मीदें है कि जल्द से काउंटिंग शुरू हो और जिस तरह से आंकड़े सामने आए?
बिल्कुल जल्द आ जाएगी, उसमें कौन रोकने वाला है.
थैंक यू.
So Hardik Patel there, as said, earlier Congress, now with BJP. Actually, this is to your point, Nidhi, about the Congress, that if you remember, in 2017, there was this sense of an energy also because you had these 3 young leaders.
Yeah.
You had Hardik Patel, you had Alpesh, who's leading the Patel agitation, you had Alpesh Thakur, and you had Jignesh Mevani, which the BJP acronymed as Haj. Haj.
Yeah, Haj.
Haj versus Ram.
Yeah.
That is Rupani, Advani and Modi.
Yeah,
So, no, very innocent. I mean, there's no signaling there. But now, if you look at what has happened to those 3 leaders, Hardik is back in the BJP, Alpesh is in the BJP, Jignesh is now on Congress. But again, it speaks to how that entire Congress narrative, the entire Congress effort of 2017 has unraveled.
Bharat Jodo has started from Kota. We've got live pictures because Rahul Gandhi is there right now in Rajasthan. So, Sagrika, just to weigh in on that.
So that's live footage from Rajasthan.
Yeah, from
Rajasthan.
Rajasthan.
As you rightly say, I think a lot of journalists who were there in Gujarat this time share this incomprehension as to why the Congress is missing. You know, I mean, it's not as if, you know, as Vasu knows, because I know you were there, the Congress has got strong leaders. It's got your Shakti Singh Gohil in Bhavnagar, you've got Arjun Modwadia in the Porbandar area, you've got Bharat Singh Solanki in the Ahmedabad Khera region. You've got these strong individuals. But as with the Congress, lots of captains, no foot soldiers, lots of commanders, no foot soldiers. And you know, the funny thing is, Nidhi, it's, you know, this so-called door-to-door campaign that the Congress is supposed to be doing, the localization that the Congress is supposed to be doing, is simply not there. And I heard from reliable sources that apparently Rahul Gandhi has said to an aide that I don't want to campaign in Gujarat because of the infighting there among the leaders. So I simply don't want to even go there.
You don't have a leader. You know, I think to win or to do well in Gujarat, you got to have a face.
Leader. There's no
They don't have a face.
But you had a face. You had Hardik Patel, who has now left.
But you know, I mean, these are all guys who
said that he was just, I mean, he claims that this...
He said there were 25 vice presidents and no foot soldiers.
You know, if you don't have a leader, don't have a face, you know, and look at that. On the other hand, you have Mr. Modi and Mr. Amit Shah and Mr. Kejriwal. You know, at least their faces people recognize, and I think this is an area of television and also social media. I think it's so much more important to see a leader. I mean, Arjun Modwadia is strong where he lives. But what about the rest of the system?
No, so I think this is actually a chronic problem with the Gujarat Congress. That for the longest time, right, 3 decades under the BJP, they've literally not managed to create a strong state leadership.
And as you were saying in your previous show,
also they lost Ahmed Patel, which was a big setback.
They lost Ahmed Patel. Ahmed Patel was virtually, essentially, kind of suggested or alleged was running the Gujarat Congress from Delhi. So they never actually allowed a strong state leadership to grow.
And as you were pointing out in the last election, last show, the Congress has hung on to its 41% vote share all this time. You know, it's hung on to that 37 to 41% vote share. So it's not as if the Congress doesn't exist in Gujarat. There's a huge, I believe there's an opposition space, you know, because there are 1 million mutinies in Gujarat. There are the students, the pastoralists, the farmers, the dairy workers, all protesting.
I think it's an enduring mystery which I don't think will get solved, certainly not today, as to why the Congress threw this election. It's something I think I've never seen this. I've never seen a party
just give it up.
Give a walkover in this manner.
Give up.
All right, we have to take a break at this point. We'll be back in just a couple of minutes as we count down to counting, which is in a few minutes from now. Stay tuned. Well, welcome back. We are now about 20 minutes or so, I think, half an hour, sorry.
Yeah, very optimistic.
Very optimistic.
20
Hoping
seconds.
It starts 10 minutes early, but no. It will start at 8 in the morning. Postal ballots first till 8:30, then the EVMs will open up at 8:30. All political parties now gearing up to see not what the exit polls had to say, obviously, but the real polls. Priyanshi is joining us from the AAP headquarters here in Delhi. Of course, yesterday, Priyanshi, the AAP was very upbeat thanks to the Delhi MCD results. But today, you know, is the big deal. It's Gujarat. What are they saying privately?
Well, Nidhi, the balloons that you see in my background and the decoration that you're seeing at the Aam Aadmi Party headquarters, they're from yesterday in celebration of the MCD polls. Today, the Aam Aadmi Party is, if the exit polls are to be believed, they're expected to get around 7 to 10 seats, and the Aam Aadmi Party might be in for a disappointment. They are saying that they are going to win in Himachal. I beg your pardon, they're going to win a majority in Gujarat, and they're extremely confident of that. But if we tell you what happened the last time in 2017, they fielded 29 candidates and all of them lost. In fact, interestingly, all of them also lost their deposit, which means that they didn't even get 1/6 of the vote share. They just got a 0.1% vote share. But in the municipal corporation polls, they got a 14% vote share. So that's why it gave a hope to the Aam Aadmi Party that they didn't win in the assembly elections, but they did make a mark, at least in urban Gujarat, in the municipal corporation elections. But in panchayat elections, they again got a 3% vote share, which was clear, bringing out the fact that they are making some presence in urban Gujarat, but not so much in rural Gujarat. They've tried to implement the same Delhi model in Gujarat as well, promising free electricity up to 300 units, promising that schools will be made better, hospitals will be made better. So similar promises that they made in Delhi, and then they followed up in Punjab as well. And now the third state that they're trying to eye is Gujarat. Remember, there's been very high voltage campaigning in Gujarat by the Aam Aadmi Party national convener and the Delhi Chief Minister, Mr. Arvind Kejriwal. During the last few months, we saw that he was visiting practically every week and making promises there. Mr. Manish Sisodia, the Delhi Deputy Chief Minister, was also there. Raghav Chadha was the co-in charge for the Gujarat poll. So it was very high voltage, as the Aam Aadmi Party was extremely confident, as they said that they're extremely confident of making a government in Gujarat, because they said that the people of Gujarat now want change. The people of Gujarat now want a Delhi model to be implemented of development. That's what they've been saying.
Okay,
but we'll see. Yesterday, all of this was set up. The stage was set up for Mr. Arvind Kejriwal.
Right. Well, obviously at some point he'll come out. But Dorab, if you could explain to us, we've heard, in fact, Raghav Chadha was saying yesterday when we asked him, what is the very least that you expect in terms of an achievement in Gujarat? And he said the low-hanging fruit is becoming a national party, getting that 6% vote share. Just for all dummies like us, what does that mean? How would that change AAP's prospects by becoming a national party?
I think it just gives you a morale boost that, there's only 3 national parties and we are one of them.
Right.
So I think, when you go to another North Indian state, probably, rather than to Kerala or somewhere, it really makes you just a morale booster that, it's not a deadbeat party, it's not only a North Indian party. So it is, people fight to be, Mayawati for years, contested in 45 states, only in order to
And they
get
may
that.
very well achieve that today.
Yeah, she achieved that, 6% in Rajasthan, 5% somewhere else. So I think that is very often the objective. And I think the communists who had that has now lost it, because they're not bigger in all the states.
And it also gives wing to their contention that they are now the national alternative to the BJP. So then you come with that certification, that you now have the election commission certification, but you also have the political certification.
That it is challenger.
It is now Kejriwal versus Modi. But also on the turnout question, so just to get those numbers, we'll put them up on the screen. That Dorab, so finally, let's start with Gujarat, that the revised figure was about 64%.
Which I think
is about a 4-5% drop from last time. So again, to the point about how one reads that, is that now something that when you say that it's a third term incumbent government, you prefer that it's a lower turnout, suggesting there's no widespread public anger, or there's no science on that. There's no conclusive one way or the other.
The great thing for the BJP is there are 2 contestants against it. Why should even Mr. Modi bother to go there? Because you have 2 contestants now. The vote is split. Once you split, that's a terrific advantage for the BJP.
But the fact that the turnout has dropped indicates, I'm saying should an incumbent government be generally happy?
So. I don't think there's anything like that. No, not at all.
In fact, Sanjay Kumar was saying the same thing of CSDS the other day, that actually the turnout figures don't tell you anything either way. You've had
10 or
lower
15%
turnouts,
drop.
Incumbents being thrown out, higher turnouts,
there's no
the reverse. And
one
so on.
interesting thing, if we can just put up the Himachal figures, Himachal, this is what our colleague Saurav Shukla was saying, Himachal has actually seen an increase.
A marginal increase,
Look at that turnout actually, it's a huge turnout. That one reason for that could be the fact that Himachal may have been contested a little more vigorously than Gujarat, because as we were saying, in Gujarat, the main opposition, the Congress, threw in the towel. In Himachal, at least there was a semblance of a fight. And clearly also Himachal, the electorate seems much more engaged. 75% isn't that a very high average?
Except for the northeast, it's a very high turnover. But Himachal also has the advantage there is no big national leader. The era of P.K. Dhumal and Veerbhadra Singh is over. So you now have guys who are not that well known. So you got to work harder. You think your chance is better of taking down somebody when the leader keeps on being changed. Not the Congress is a great leader, but I'm just saying nobody has a leader. So you think there is a chance?
BJP president is from JP Nadda is from Himachal.
But interestingly, the Congress actually has, Sagrika Ghosh, a lot of leaders at the local level in Himachal who are well known in their constituencies. Unlike, you do have a few in Gujarat, but they seem to have done a pretty decent campaign, despite not having
the campaign. I think, if the Congress, by some stretch of imagination, pulls off Himachal, I think the Congress then has a model by which it can go into elections, which is localize, which is basically go with the local leaders, try to push local campaigns, because, Rahul Gandhi didn't visit Himachal even once. Priyanka Gandhi.
Priyanka
went
was there.
Priyanka was kind of informally
she went to a couple of
charge of
rallies.
Himachal.
But you know, as Dora was saying, this is the first election without Veerbhadra Singh, who has passed away of the Congress, and also Mr. P.K. Dhumal of the BJP has been sidelined. So these two big stalwart leaders are not there in Himachal at the moment, and it's been left to the local satraps.
But again, I'm saying again, it is still disadvantaged Congress, because by all accounts, Congress should have flipped Himachal. That's the trend that we've been seeing in Himachal.
I'm sorry, Vasu, that is not the trend.
No.
That is not the trend.
That has been the trend so far.
For 30
no, it's
years,
not
no?
been. Since 2007.
Yes.
Look at every single Lok Sabha and Vidhan Sabha election. They won just one in 2012.
Who?
The Congress. It used to be that until 2003. When, you know, for 25 years up to 2017, there were only two chief ministers in Himachal.
That's right, Veerbhadra.
Veerbhadra
Nobody
and
else.
Yes.
Since 2007, only one election has the Congress won. That was in 2012. It has won nothing else. In the last Lok Sabha election...
But how many, since 2007, how many elections have we had?
Lok Sabha, Vidhan Sabha election.
No, I'm only talking about Vidhan Sabha.
No,
I'm only talking about Vidhan Sabha.
You can't forget the...
Rotating...
No, but why do you believe that...
Let me make a point that in the last Lok Sabha election, out of all the segments, they won 0 segments. That doesn't show great power in the party.
No, Lok Sabha, I agree, Dorab. Lok Sabha is...
But Vidhan Sabha, all I'm saying...
I think what he's saying is that exit polls would have had a clear flip,
Gujarat
which
was
they're not.
26-0.
Oh, I see.
But they still managed to get, 77
You know, with all the rebellion, anti-incumbency and everything, I think what Vasu was trying to say... it should have been a more emphatic...
The Congress should have brought it down.
But you got no leader. You got no leader. You know, leadership, incumbency does give you certain power. I mean, the BJP has changed chief ministers.
But actually, one has to ask, Dilip Singh Kshatriya, in that sense, was it actually smart of Rahul Gandhi to stay away from the poll campaign in Gujarat? I mean, I'm just asking a very honest question that it's not a great track record under him as their star campaigner.
No, but actually, Nidhi, sorry, just to quickly intervene there, last time in 2017, Rahul did 33 to 34 rallies.
Well, they did better.
And the Congress,
but in other states,
got to 77.
They haven't done so well.
I know, but I'm saying I can't remember a state where he has campaigned as intensively as he did in Gujarat in 2017. That was almost an anomaly for the Congress, both across the country and in Gujarat.
So was it good or bad that he stayed away, Dilip Kshatriya?
Actually, I think it's benefited to Congress, because every now and then, whenever Rahul campaign in Gujarat, it gives an edge to BJP. Because
I don't. That's factually not true.
No, but Vasu, he has a point. Because you see, if it's a Rahul versus Modi face-off, then it's unlikely that Rahul will win.
Yeah. Go ahead, Dilipji.
Actually, whenever Rahul comes in Gujarat, BJP target him with Modi. So this time, I think Congress smartly stayed away to target Modi or anything saying about Modi. So even local Congress leader, they personally say that if Rahul or Priyanka campaign this time, they might be get a point to target them. But this time, if Rahul is not there, they are, I think, much more happy than they are in 2016.
Sorry, can I say, that's simply not the case. Okay. We have the evidence from 2017 where an intensive Congress campaign, not just Rahul, Ashok Gehlot was in charge. They were running a tight ship. They actually had their best performance in 30 years. After that, they simply dropped the ball. If they had replicated that, and Nidhi, you would have heard this from BJP leaders in Gujarat itself, this was their argument, that without Modi, the Congress and the BJP were level. It's Modi who took them over the top. If the Congress had built on their success of last time, they could have flipped Gujarat.
But didn't they drop the ball? It's not just about Rahul Gandhi not campaigning. If you see, Ashok Gehlot and everyone else have kind of come in so late into this Gujarat campaign.
Like I said, they just stayed away. And they essentially just left the pitch open for the other side.
Let's look at that Modi factor in Gujarat, Dora, because we have an interesting graphic there on just how the Modi factor plays out in Gujarat. And again, that's something we heard Ankit mentioning as well. Yes, there is anger against local MLAs, local representatives, but it's like Modi overrides all that.
Mr. Modi is, if you can, is Gujarat. Wherever he is, if you look at, look at the simultaneous, pretty close election, wherever Mr. Modi is, when he's in the Vidhan Sabha, they get more in the Vidhan Sabha than in the Lok Sabha. When he goes to the Lok Sabha, they get more in the Lok Sabha than the Vidhan Sabha. So Mr. Modi, wherever Mr. Modi goes, the Congress does, the BJP does better. Look at the Vidhan Sabha's last 2 elections, look at the Lok Sabha.
You're talking only of Gujarat?
Yes, Gujarat. Mr. Modi Gujarat, Mr. Modi in Lok Sabha, look at the Gujarat numbers, much higher when Mr. Modi is in, 2014-19, Mr. Modi is in. He takes the party. When he's not there, which is 2012-17, the votes in the Vidhan Sabha are lower than the votes in the Lok Sabha. When you say
when he's not there, you mean when he was not chief, when he moved to Delhi? Okay.
2002 and 2007.
Yes.
The Vidhan Sabha results are better than the Lok Sabha results, vote-wise. When he's in Delhi, the Lok Sabha results are better than the Vidhan Sabha results. So he's the person, wherever he is, that does better. If he's sitting in Delhi, BJP does better in the Lok Sabha. If he's sitting in Gandhinagar, BJP does better in Gujarat. Assembly elections.
All right, we have absolutely
I have
to
a
take a break.
caveat to that, but after the break. Okay.
Yeah, all right. See you after the break.